Excited.
True or not true, you didn't have the money to join my company?
True.
Good job. True or not true, we're on a credit card?
True.
See this? Okay. True or not true, Sarah did your wealth plan?
True.
True or not true, your wealth plan consisted of less than $100 a month?
True. Started where we could.
Say that again, please.
We started where we could.
Instead of not starting at all. Oh, is this why you didn't want to get a wealth plan? Because you may relate to this situation. Is this the truth? What, you think that you're going to make a lot of money in my company and then you're going to go back and fix those mistakes? No, you're going to make bigger ones. That's reality. You want to know how I got into VP? I'm speaking it to you right now. And if you don't think these conversations are how Craig and I talk to one another, you're crazy. Because the bank doesn't care about your emotions when you're late on your mortgage. Give us the money, sucker. They don't care. Okay, you ready? Next question. We tried at the time to counseling your dad.
Yes, we did.
We failed. True or not true?
True.
We failed with the plan. They had a vehicle that they had the title to. They had bad debt with X amount of bad percentages that we need to pay off because there was a lot of money going to bad debt. True or not true?
True.
Who in here wants to admit you have some bad debt? Yeah, see? Right? Exercise these. Right? So, we put a plan in place. True or not true?
True.
How long did it take you to finally get to a spot to refinance and pay off that bad debt?
It was last week.
She didn't join 2 weeks ago.
10 months ago.
10 months ago. The time that a baby is essentially made and born. It felt like it. You get this? This is you. You're not that guy. See, you should be saying, why don't I have my wealth plan done? Because this is going to be your story. How did she recruit all these people? Because this is what touches people's lives, folks. It's not the Craig Connor story. The freaking guy looks like Hulk. Give me a freaking break. Are you kidding me? This is why we created Trinant. It wasn't for the guy with perfect credit and thinks he knows everything. I don't care about that guy. I don't care. That's not, there's less of him than all of us. So, let's keep the story going. This is fun. So, you then got your situation in order. You got your house in order.
Yep.
What happened last week?
So it was cool. Sarah had gave us all these suggestions. It took us the 10 months. We kept working on it.
10 months? Write that down on your paper. I'm in deep doo-doo. Now, ready for this? Ready for this? Sorry, but if you're my father, raise your hand. He taught this. He said, Jacob, when you're up to your neck in crap, Johnny said something else. When you're up to your neck in crap, it doesn't matter when you pee your pants. You ready? So, 10 months, they were up to their neck in poop. Okay? Then what happened?
Well, what was cool was we had this wealth plan, and we had a wealth specialist, Sarah, and she made us accountable to the whole process. And we had these amazing tools that we were following, and we had all these suggestions that we were working on. So we knew our ultimate goal and what we needed to do. So what was super cool is last week, and I got to share this story with some of my associates, is we went into the bank with this plan that we had, and we were able to consolidate this debt that we've been paying on.
After 10 months.
Okay? $680 we were paying every single month on all these debts and collections. Okay, I'll admit it, I'm transparent, okay?
We were the family.
We were paying upwards of 23.99%. Okay?
Oh, don't go. Ooh.
Some of you out there have this too, okay? You know you're not perfect. Okay, so once we did this, we got it down to $205 a month at 5.5%.
For those of you guys who think that Trinont is a wealth company, a financial planning firm, here's a little carrot for you, like dangle out for the horse to eat, right? Who's been doing wealth plans for over 5 years? Is the Holy Grail, Steve, is the Holy Grail of all your clients coming back for repeat business? Steve, do you want to guess what she just did with that savings of her money?
We're saving it, and now it's compounding in interest instead of just blowing it. And without Trinont, even if we wouldn't have been smart enough to do this to begin with, but even if we had, what do you think we would have normally done with that money? We would have repeated the same process that we would have always done, and that's what we're really good at, is blowing money.
Okay, okay. Okay, you should give her a hand.
Yeah.
Here's why you should give her a hand. What you don't understand about the budgeting tool, she does, obviously. What you don't understand about credit repair and she does, obviously. What you don't understand about taxes and getting more money back, she's sold out to the culture of what Trump. It wasn't just a policy, oh, they want to get money out. It was a plan for people. It's a plan. It's a culture change for every one of you. You change your thinking, everything around you begins to change. Now, the good news is because it's insider. Ron Glover's coined the phrase, you're not in Trinont, it's when Trinont's in you. Whatever it is, right? I'm saying, when it becomes who you are, then you start building teams. You don't get what you deserve, you get who you are. So, what position are you at?
I'm a 1-star SFC, and I'm almost ready to switch over to 2-star. I'm so
Okay.
close.
So, I can't say this, but your residual check last month was what?
A little over $2,000.
Okay, now hold on. Say this. So, I poured some titanium down your back. It's like, say $2,000.
$2,000.
Okay, here it is. Who wants to be transparent like her and tell me what your raise was at your corporate job last year?
2 pennies.
You want to tell me about that? $2,400 over the year. Okay. Angie just made $24,000 extra residually this year. When you question whether to follow this, think of her as saying, I'm having a hard time getting people, dang, Jake, I haven't done any of those things that his sister-in-law did. I wish I had a relationship with many of you like I have with her, because then you'd get those results. Like, look, if you don't want to do it, I'm going to kick you out. I don't care. Like, I'm serious. See, now that's why their team is growing. And at a 2-star FC, your residual will be like $4,500 to $5,000. I bet you that's more money than your brother, my brother, your husband, has probably ever made in a month. Right? So can you guys say that the wealth plan just isn't a policy now? See, the core services and the wealth plan are an integral part to get you started. Are you seeing this? You're seeing this? Say aye. Aye. Okay, thank you. Let's give that hand to your hand. Very quickly, in building teams, people that are sold out to systems recruit people for those exact systems. If you're sold out to what you're going to do, you don't have trouble recruiting people for what you're about to do. You've all heard the facts. Talk 99% about who you're working with and 1% about the company. You've all heard those things. There's simple scripts of being excited and saying, hey, I'm having a get-together at my house. I use simple things. I don't talk about meetings or speakers or the word opportunity. I don't do those types of things. Now, I'll tell you, most of the people in this room have not even scratched the surface of your list. There's still people that today you can say, this is a very important business call. Timing is actually really important. When can we get together, please? Like, some of you could use that script. Some of you could say, hey, trust me, it's Saturday, I know I need you at my house at 6 o'clock. You could be closing out the month huge. And they say, well, what's this about? It's called Trust Me and Come Over. Well, are you involved in something? Yeah, I'm involved in talking to you about something I'm really excited about. Well, what's the website? It's called trustme.com. Many of you, in fact, 90+% of this room can get away with recruiting by using that script. You've not even gotten to the magnitude of hundreds and thousands of people that we've recruited, like a Brett and me or Craig, where you have to be really fancy with your words. That comes in time. See, I'm telling the reason why I see people struggle with recruiting is because they try to identify one singular thing they're going to build Tronut off of. Up in Canada, we had a group of people who tried to build Tronut all off of merchant accounts. Now, that's not why we brought merchant accounts and those services into our company. We brought those services in so when Angie now has her plan, she could go build a team and herself referring those services to make money here and there, to apply to the plan and shave years off of her retirement. See, I'm going to tell you something. Please write this down or make a note. If any of you think that you're going to be retired and have a financial plan off of Tronut's comp plan, you're foolish. If you're thinking you're going to be retired and have financial freedom off of your job's comp plan, you're foolish. Business owners outside of Tronut, if you think that you're going to be retired and financially free off of the income of your business you own right now, you are playing Russian roulette. When I started having these heart-to-heart conversations with my mentor with money, he's like, Jake, are you kidding me? Are you still pitching that whole dream up in front of the room? Residual income gives, like, yeah, I am actually. Like, you're full of crap. It's what you do with the money each and every month in the plan that there is. Yes, what you market in Tronut is great. It's a longer-term payout, so it gives a higher percentage, but people still have to be more concerned about their money than some financial planner, or yes, even a wealth specialist in our company is. Did you hear that? You have to be more concerned about your money than even the wealth specialists are in our company. So it's very simple. The name of the game to build big distribution and to have lots of success is distribution. It is excitement. I tell people 30 exposures in 30 days. I prefer doing my meetings in a home meeting. It's awesome in a home meeting because when you do a home meeting, it goes from a presentation to a conversation. Now, prep your meetings. Have the right paperwork with pens. Right? The person presenting should not show up with the paperwork. The presenter, the speaker, should not carry in a bag of goods. The host or the person who's next closest to them should be providing all those things. And wouldn't you know, there's even a check mark list on what a home meeting is on this sheet right here. Isn't that crazy? It's not tough. So I'm going to tell you why you got to build the biggest team you possibly can. You ready? Las Vegas, Nevada. Woo. Now, I'll tell you, without breaking rules with my owner friends, but rules with the DSA, we have taken announcements from October and November of this year and now pushed them to the Las Vegas event. Okay? I'm going to tell you there are things that even the top guys think that you know that you do not know until you get to Vegas. Okay? Now, everyone knows that we're working out moving numbers, doing everything to where you guys will be able to have the core service. So I'm going to give you guys some insights on a couple of things to take advantage of before Vegas. Are you ready? Yes. We are now moving tax services to our core. How that will work is this. If you have the core services for 6 months of a year, that now will include your tax preparation for your personal, so your name. Okay? Now, if you have, say you join in November or October, that's inside 6 months, there'll be a very minimal prorated amount because we can't run in the red. We have to be profitable so you guys can't make money. So please remember this. You are going to get paid when your teammates do their taxes. You're going to get paid, PV and GV, when you refer our tax firm out to people outside of this room as a customer. Now, we had over 150 emails from Tron Associates saying, you guys aren't talking about having a corporation set up. Well, it's very simple. I'll tell you, I just got done doing my taxes last year. I paid 11.5% on my total income of last year. Okay? Now what happens is when you sign up when you're signed up in your personal name, you ready? Here's what happens. You sign up in your personal name. So I pay you in your personal name. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because you can get a head start. I know I'm going to go over on time, but this is part of what Shandel's using to build teams that many of you aren't using. You ready? You pay 37% upwards when you get paid in your personal name. Ready? So I don't know about you, but I'd rather pay 10 to 15% on $100 instead of 37%. If you're with me, say aye. Aye. Now, some of you are like, this is boring. I just don't get it. You're not going to have the Angie type of success. You're going to do things out of convenience and come around here when you feel like it. You're going to check out for a couple weeks. Sorry, it's been really busy around. No, that's because, again, you're thinking that's you. So very clearly, if your checks are coming in your entity name that you're not legal, your core services, you're not legal set up, that entity's taxes will now be included in your filing. I'm repeating this. If you set up an entity through Tron Legal, you'll pay the state fees. So if you call up Guardian Law and say, I need an entity, they'll have you pay the state fees. It's simple. Because you pay that in anyway. But please remember this. Because if you put an entity of your own that's seasoned, right now, for example, Craig sent me an entity that's called Residual Systems. That entity is how many years old, Craig? 12 years old. That was not created by Tron. So therefore, we can't include that entity into the core because we would go broke. So there is a prorated amount if he wants that tax done as well. So my advice to you is, get your entity done and on the books so your personal or your entities for this year's taxes is included in your core. Also, we're moving credit management to the core. Okay? Now, here's reality. Have we fixed all the prices and everything? We have not. So I'm not telling you the major news, what's going to happen, what's going on. But just think about that. Does anyone in here want to tell me what you pay to get your taxes done?
$100.
I paid about
$1,000. How much did you pay, Jake?
$1,200, $900.
You paid $900. Okay, so let me get this right. So being on the core, having this core services, you have an attorney team, your taxes are filed, the tax app, the budgeting tool, all the stuff that's in the core right now, identity theft, I think that's a pretty good deal. Okay? Also, I need you to write this address down. You ready? solar@trinont.com. Every one of you, if you want to get a bid for your solar on your home, right now, can email that address officially today. Put your name, your cell phone number, a number that they can call you, and our partner will reach out to you and give you a bid on your solar. Those of you in Idaho, raise your hands. The Idaho solar deal is like 40 to 50% better than it is in Utah. Your guys' tax credits, your incentives are better, and the 3 we've already done there, like it averages out to where the consumer is saving between $200 and $500 a month. So, we need beta tested people for solar, so go ahead and email in. They'll reach out, and we need a couple of testimonials. We're probably going to try to have 20 of them for Friday morning at the National Convention. All right? Last announcement is the retreat. We're having a retreat 2 weekends from now at our cabins. Many of you are very close. Check your emails for that because it's going to be a lot of fun. All right? I cannot impress upon you guys enough what you need to do just to keep it simple, but also make sure you're in position before we release the other crazy news. And one of them just in particular at the Vegas event. Like, I'm really excited because I think many of you are going to stand up and start clapping. Now, update two, especially in my mind. Many of you are already seeing the updates in the back office. Who in here has already seen the customer side? Yeah. Okay? I'm going to give you a precursor, the reason why the customer. So, who in here knows the difference of a core service and a retail? Yeah. Okay? Core service, identity theft, tax app, all this stuff. So, you ready for this? Big leaders, SFCs and above, please raise your hands. Please listen, because when your people ask what this is, I'm going to refer them to you. Those services will now have a new portal on Trinont.com. So you can a la carte that to family and friends. That includes tax, credit management. Now, retail services, satellite TV down, is encrypted and closed on your back office. Who in here has now seen the new page? Yep, bottom right. See, watch this. I bet you if you all would have paid $1 million in Trinont, every one of you would have raised your hands. That tells me you're not logging into your back office and seeing the new huge tab that says portal right there. Okay? So who in here has seen it again? Okay. We are working towards now, because those services cost us money. The portals, the employees, everything. So here's what we're going to be working towards. This isn't the good, crazy stuff, but just be advised. Some people who have spouses in their teams, or they put their spouse in, they say, well, I don't see the value in having some of those services duplicated twice. Okay? I have an answer for that, but it's not appropriate for this setting. Okay? So, there will be an option for you where there will be a different fee commenced every month just to be able to use the services and get into your back office and have the trainings. So, we're working all this out, so it's going to be major, major things. So when you're out of Vegas, you're 10 to 15 months ahead of people that didn't go. So I'm warning you, if you don't go to Vegas, you will be left behind. Because there's no way someone can come to Vegas and say, here's what was announced, here's how they pitched it, here's how it's explained, here's how that new fee works, here's how the new website works, here's how the new service we haven't told you about, this is how we get paid off of it, isn't it crazy? You're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. I remember looking in my sister-in-law's eyes and saying, you get to come to Vegas in a couple of weeks. Well, I said, you're just going to fail. Wells equal fail. Well, fail. Well, fail. So, to close out today, he needs no introduction at all. Okay? And he's going to talk about the importance of Vegas. Now, on my phone, I have the pre-registration list for this meeting, and I have the pre-registration list for Vegas. So I can cross-reference it if you want me to put it up on the screen for you. So we don't have any more lying moments of standing up. Do you want me to do that for you, Craig? Please. Okay. So, I'm going to let Craig do his job, but I'm going to tell you something. Okay? If you want Craig Cotter results, I'll tell you a secret. You ready? Here's a secret. You have to work like Craig Cotter works. That means he sets a daily agenda every single day. Steve, we're friends, right? Do you think it's a secret that if there's any coincidence, Steve, that now you're climbing the charts of our company and now you've actually committed to gaining health in your life for at least three months now? Pretty easy to correlate that, isn't it? Would you admit to me now that you have energy that you never thought you would have had, that you didn't think you needed, now you have? It's like, wow, where did this all come from? Yeah. And your wife probably doesn't seem to mind that you can do this. If you want Craig Cotter type results, you got to work like Craig. Now the misconception is you think that Craig's putting hours and hours and hours into his business. That's not true. He's working the business in gaps of time and in a very efficient way. You want the type of results? Then you got to look at Craig's life that he lives. Not just what he does here, but what he does outside of here. How he treats his spouse, how he treats his kids. He has some type of faith in his life, and he's actually balancing out his health as well. I'm telling you that I believe in the 4 B's. Being, balance, business, and body. And if you have to sacrifice any of those things, that's not coming from me. If you have to sacrifice your faith in order to make it in our company, then you're crazy. If you have to sacrifice relationships, if you think that you can kick your wife or your dog and make it in the company, it's not going to work. If you think you need to neglect those relationships or relationships outside of Trinont, you're not going to make it. Look, I'm serious. Have some non-Trinont friends. I'm dead serious. And if someone says, hey, I need to think about it, they're not dumb people. They're not idiots. They're people. People need timing. Don't burn a bridge. Don't say, oh my gosh, they're stupid. They don't get our culture. No, you don't know what's going on behind their closed door at their home. You need to be a friend. If someone says, you know what, I just don't want to use the service even though it's beneficial, hey, no problem. If there's anything that I could do to help you ever, you know you can count on me, give me a call. You end by being classy like him. See, I find it funny that everyone who wants to tear him down on social media, and he is yet to make one comment yet. Right? See, the 4 B's are what Craig has done to get his life on point, but his business on point. And I bet you'll see him at Vegas. I bet you'll see him training on the Vegas stage. So his ending remarks are very powerful. I would say it's everyone's life vest in this room. In order for you to make it, in order for you to stick with Trinont, his message is probably the best. I know we've gone over in time, but I think it's very valuable and important that you guys kind of have an insight of where Trinont's going with some of the stuff that's going to happen in Vegas so you can prepare. Because I think it's really important that you guys have paid the price, so you guys should be getting like extras. So please help me welcome one of my very best friends, a warrior, and obviously the first VP in Trinont to hit on the direct sell side, Mr. Craig Cotter.